Hello and welcome to this edition of The Leader Reader, the video series where each week we take one book and talk about how it can transform your life. I'm Palkowski, and I am a huge believer that leaders are readers and that a book can have a big impact on your life. This week we are going to talk about The Miracle Morning. Now, if you listen to the Ninja Leaders podcast, you will probably remember a few weeks ago we interviewed the author of The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. We talked a lot about the book, about Hal's life, and some advice that he has for making the most of each and every single day. Because the subtitle of The Miracle Morning is The Not So Obvious Secret Guaranteed to Transform Your Life Before 8 a.m. But I don't just want to talk about the book and the concept here today. I think it's a great book. I think it's one you should check out, but that's not what I want to talk about. I really want to talk about something that I was very excited to get and actually look at just this last week, the Miracle Morning Journal. Yes, there's actually a journal that goes along with that book. What I really like about this journal is first of all, I'm a big fan of journaling. I have an application on my iPad that I journal every single morning. It's part of my morning routine. But this book goes, first of all, really in-depth, or not in-depth, but it gives a really good overview of the concepts of the Miracle Morning. Miracle Morning is basically a morning routine. It's a way to consistently start off your day and helps energize you, helps push you forward, helps grow you into a better person. It really helps you get in an excellent mind frame to go and tackle all the tasks and all the challenges that you're going to face throughout the day. I highly, highly recommend, even if you're not going to do the Miracle Morning necessarily, you need to have some sort of morning routine. It's amazing how much of an impact that can have on your life. It can just improve your life so much. But let's talk about the Miracle Morning. In this Miracle Morning journal, Hal starts off with a brief little description of the Miracle Morning system. Basically, the Miracle Morning, the main point of it consists of 6 lifesavers, as Hal calls them, and the word savers stands for a specific part of your Miracle Morning routine. The first S stands for silent. So basically, with that, you should sit in silence or meditate for 10 minutes in the morning. That's the recommended. I've actually, after reading The Miracle Morning, after interviewing Hal, I put that practice into my morning routine. It wasn't something that was normally a part of it, and I am so grateful that I did. It allows me to, actually brings you lots of focus in the morning. Start your day off with a lot of focus, a lot of clarity, and I am a big fan. I highly suggest, maybe if you can't handle 10 minutes, to start with 5 minutes. Whatever it is, I highly suggest very first thing to do when you get up, just sit in silence for a while. It allows you to really gather your thoughts. But alright, on to the A. A stands for affirmations. Basically, if you don't know what affirmations are, they are a saying, a little phrase that you kind of say to yourself that's a positive, that kind of uplifts your spirit and really kind of energizes you a little bit that way. And that's another actually practice that I haven't been doing, but I was really glad that I implemented because of the Miracle Morning. Then after that, we go on to V, and V stands for visualize. Here you should visualize what you want to accomplish. You can do that both in terms of the day, the different tasks that you want to accomplish during the day, but I also like to sit down and visualize my ultimate goals. Where my next big goals, my yearly goals, I like to visualize me accomplishing those. Or if I have a speech coming up or some sort of program, I will often visualize the way I hope that program goes. You know, how I deliver, in a rock solid way, how I engage the audience. I just kind of visualize the whole speech, the whole process, and it helps out a lot, I think. Because I'm not flustered when something comes up then. It allows me to kind of walk through the different steps, the different issues that might come up, and so I don't have to in the moment think about all these things because I've already thought about them ahead of time. So visualize. The next one is E, and E stands for exercise. Highly suggest you start out your morning with 10 minutes of exercise. Right now, what I am doing, in January 2013, I started doing the 100 push-up challenge. And I went to, just in the app store on my iPhone and got the app for that, and I'm following that program. But whatever you decide to do, just get 10 minutes worth of exercise. Maybe it's go for a run for 10 minutes. Maybe it's, doing some push-ups and things like that. Whatever it is, 10 minutes of exercise first thing in the day. It's really going to get the adrenaline going, or really going to allow you to have an awesome day. Then after that, we have R. R stands for reading. Every single morning, I firmly believe that you should read something that is going to inspire, that is going to educate, and that is going to help you grow as a person. So now, I'm not, at this point in the day, there's nothing wrong with fiction or reading for entertainment, but at this point in the day, read something that has a purpose, has a specific purpose of making you a better person. So 10 minutes, start your day off with a good session of reading. And lastly, the S in Savers stands for scribe. So basically that is journaling. Take some time to write down, either review the day that you had yesterday, or what I'm going to suggest is, if you're not following a specific journaling format, then sit down and write what you're thankful for. Write what you have to be grateful for. That is a great way to start out the morning, get you in that positive mindset, and it's going to allow you to appreciate things more. A lot of times, we live such blessed lives, but we oftentimes think just about the negative, think about the things that are going wrong, think about the challenges that we're facing on a day-to-day basis. But if you start your day thinking about what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for, it allows you to appreciate it more when it happens during the day. So I'm going to suggest you do that. But along with giving the basic breakdown of the savers, this book also goes through and gives you a quick little ideas on how you can customize your Miracle Morning. It's like I don't follow the exact Miracle Morning description that is you first find in the Miracle Morning book or in this journal. I have customized mine. I consider mine to start at 5 when I first wake up and really go until 9 o'clock when I officially start work. And there's several different components in there, including getting ready, eating breakfast. All of the savers are in there, but then there's also a couple extra components as well. And let's say some mornings you're extremely busy. I know for me that happens, especially when I'm getting ready to go travel. Maybe I have to wake up extra early already to go make a plane. I still want to start my day with a morning routine, with a Miracle Morning. Hal gives you the quick 6-minute miracle. So I know you can find 6 minutes in your time. Maybe if you have to wake up 6 minutes early, oh no. But you're going to be able to find time to squeeze at least that 6-minute miracle into your day, and it really is going to help you start the day off right. I don't think it's as beneficial as a full-blown Miracle Morning or a full-blown morning routine, but it's going to be better than nothing. So at least try and squeeze in a 6-minute miracle, and Hal goes through that in this journal. And all of that is contained basically in the first 40 or 50 pages. After that, well, technically the first 48 pages. After that, it then is the journal piece of the Miracle Morning Journal. And I really like this journal format because basically the entire week is laid out in front of you as you open the book. Out at the top, you're going to see your weekly goals. What are your big weekly goals, big weekly commitments, things that you really, top 3 to 5 things that you really want to accomplish that week for sure. The absolute must that must get done. Then underneath that, you're going to notice there's a little table. And on this table, there are all the savers and then boxes for each day of the week. So this is an excellent way to keep track of your Miracle Morning, to keep track of your morning routine, making sure that you're hitting every single piece of it. So you just, when you do one of them, just put a little check by it. So I really like that. I just opened this journal actually earlier this week and kind of reviewed it. Up until then, for the last couple of months, I've been using an application called Lift, which I'm also going to suggest you check out. But I really like the fact of having it here on paper. I created my own a while ago, but if you haven't done so, you have it right here in your journal, which is an awesome thing. Then, for each and every single day, Hal gives you a little writing prompt, a little journaling prompt. So if you're struggling to figure out what to write about, if you don't necessarily want to write about what you're thankful for every day or what you're grateful for, or if you're having trouble kind of thinking of things, then for example, you can go off of one of these writing prompts like, I'm giving up the need to be perfect for the opportunity to be authentic. That's one of his prompts, and you can kind of write down and talk about how you're doing that in your life. How are you applying that little saying right there in your life that day specifically, or even in the past week or any other point. So it's really great because these are more than just like writing prompts. These are actual little challenges, little habits that you should have in your life, and it's a great opportunity for you to think about them and think about how you're implementing those things into your life. Then what I also think is cool, I'm a big believer, as you probably know, of weekly reviews. You can get my weekly review ebook. It's on the side of the page if you're interested. But in here, Hal has a little section for you to do just a weekly review. It's right at the end of the week, and basically all you're looking at is what are my accomplishments and disappointments for the week, and what commitments am I going to make now to ensure that next week is even better than this last week. So you have a full year, January 1st all the way to December 31st. All 52 weeks cover the 52 pages, the next 52 pages in the journal. After that, what I like is Hal has an annual review. So basically he asks you some questions about your year, kind of review the previous year, and then helps you get set up for the next year to come, which is awesome. So if you don't think journaling is for you, if you don't have a journal or don't have a morning routine yet, or if you just like to improve your morning routine, really, I would like to highly suggest that you go out and you get the Miracle Morning Journal, especially. You can get the Miracle Morning book as well. I will include a link to that in the episode notes below. But I'm going to highly suggest you get the journal at least. I think it's very valuable and you're going to find lots of use out of it. And it gives you the basic format of the Miracle Morning right away up front in the first few pages. And below I'm also going to include a link to the interview I did with Hal for the Ninja Leaders podcast. So until next week, leave a comment below and tell us what your morning routine consists of. Do you have a morning routine yet? And if you do, what are your main components of it? So leave a comment below, and until next week, go out and be sure to read.